Hello, Professor and my fellow classmates, and welcome to my journey through evaluation. I am Stephanie Pierce. So we're supposed to talk about what we've learned throughout this course, and what I've learned, being a little more on the specific side, is the evaluation process, providing feedback, and how to provide that feedback in a positive manner to better suit the student. If all you are is negative and you don't have that positive feedback to back it up, it can be very discouraging for students, and it's good to keep them motivated. Different methods to measuring achievement, such as testing. We developed blueprints for tests this term, and I never even really thought about it. And as I was preparing to take my CEN, they actually have test blueprints on that, and it was perfect as I'm going through finding these blueprints, going, oh, that's what that meant. It's like the light bulb kept going off. Also learned different evaluation strategies, different ways to evaluate different aspects of nursing education. Creating a rubric is one of those strategies. We've been graded on rubrics throughout this program, and I use rubrics with my clinical groups, but I've never actually developed or created the rubric myself. So that was interesting. And then developing evaluation instruments in academic and non-academic settings. Those different settings require different key objects. So it's important to have the evaluation method or the evaluation instrument fine-tuned for what you are evaluating. So how will I use what I learned in the last 8 weeks? Well, first of all, I will utilize rubrics. These rubrics are something that I used to always complain about, and going through, especially when I first started, like my BSN here at Excelsior, going through those rubrics and just not even completely fully grasping how important those are to go through to earn those points. And I have a different view on those rubrics now, and how, when utilized properly, can be such a great tool for us as an educator, but for the student as well, because that rubric should spell everything out. It's like the roadmap to get a perfect grade, or to get the grade that you really want. And this was just something a little funny that I saw. If you spend as much time studying as you do giving my teaching methods bad reviews on Yelp, you'd know what that is. So with using these rubrics and utilizing these different evaluation methods, and by using these, you actually start off by telling the students what the expectations are. So there's no surprises. These rubrics, they should spell everything out, so there's no surprises. So that puts everything back on the student. It's a learner-centered type of environment. So instead of them having to point the finger at the professor for them not achieving the grades that they wanted to achieve, it's back on them. And so this is something that just really stuck out as I was looking stuff, and it's something that I will use as I go on. Something that I always do with my clinical groups is I start off and tell them my expectations. This is what I expect. This is what I want to see. If I don't see this, you will not pass. Plain and simple. So this is, like I said, it has given me a whole new light on rubrics and how to utilize them properly. My final reflection of the course: nurse in progress, or in this case, nurse educator in progress. But it's something to remember. We are here to educate these new nurses, these student nurses. They aren't going to know everything, and we have to remember that they don't know everything, especially in that clinical setting. We're there to help them become nurses so this downloading process can complete. Some downloads tend to take a little longer than others. Sometimes we have to find different routes around that downloading process, but we will get there. And I want to end on this note. God, grant me the strength to get my care plans done, to make it through clinicals, and to keep from crying until I graduate. When I went through the traditional nursing program initially, when I was starting there, I wish I would have seen this poem. This just really stuck out. By having those nurse educators that will back up those student nurses, it will help them to get through and make their journey to becoming nurses a much more pleasurable one, and one where they can learn so much more. It shouldn't be a painstaking process. It shouldn't be easy. We should make them work. But we're there to help them, to guide them, and to help turn them and mold them into the nurses that we would want to work next to us. Thank you.